It was a great All-Star weekend at Charlotte, North Carolina, and it was extra special being the last one for Dwayne Wade and Dirk Nowitzki. So let's recap all of the events. And starting with the All-Star Celebrity Game. This year we had the home team coached by Dawn Staley, who is the head coach of the South Carolina Gamecocks women's basketball team, assisted by Lisa Boyer, who is her associate head coach, against the away team head coached by WNBA player Sue Bird of the Seattle Storm, assisted by NBA player Monte Morris of the Denver Nuggets. So the Celebrity Game always brings some fun and entertainment, and right off the bat there was no tip-off, because about last night host Brad Williams just snatched the ball away from the ref and ran down to take the first shot of the game. Another funny moment was there was even a double technical, when JB Smoove, the comedian who was smack-talking everyone all game, went up in fellow comedian Hassan Minhaj's face after making his first free throw. But for the actual ballers, the away team with last year's MVP rapper Quavo and the legend sharpshooter Ray Allen, I thought that duo right there would dominate the game. So Ray Allen of course draining his first 2 shots from deep 4-pointers swish, and he had 3 of those in the game. Quavo played hard to try to defend his MVP title, and also showed that he can stroke it from 4-point land. Their team also had Ronnie 2K from NBA 2K, and he might have gotten his 2K rating up a bit playing a decent game out there, but it was the home team with a great start, so the away team had to use the 4-point stripe to bring it within 4 at the half. And for the home team, how about comedian famous Lowe's? He's got a very nice shot knocking down 2 early jumpers, also knocked down a couple 4-pointers, and even made the first ever 5-point play, as it was the same thing in the second half, with the home team running away with it, and the away team tried to make a late comeback to make it interesting. But the home team hang on 82-80 to win the All-Star Celebrity Game, and famous Lowe's wins the All-Star Celebrity MVP, with 22 points shooting 10 for 16 and 3 assists. Next is the Rising Stars Challenge, with Team USA coached by Darvin Ham of the Milwaukee Bucks, assisted by Kyrie Irving of the Boston Celtics, against Team World coached by Wes Unseld Jr. of the Denver Nuggets, and his assistant Dirk Nowitzki of the Dallas Mavericks. And this one was a Kyle Kuzma-Ben Simmons show, especially in the early going. Kuzma of the LA Lakers was all over the floor with the US team, knocking down threes, had a big throwdown, even had a no-look pass. And Simmons of the Philadelphia 76ers for the World team, he got to the basket quite a bit, got an and one late in the fourth, and especially those alley-oops. I was kinda hoping he would shoot some threes this game, not to mention make any, but he didn't even shoot a single one. Hey, but it was Team USA's John Collins of the Atlanta Hawks with some highlight dunks, an alley off the glass to himself, a nice reverse, and a nice 360 connecting with his teammate Trae Young. So it was great prep for him for the dunk contest on Saturday night. And to end it off, they try to put on their own dunk contest as always in the dying seconds, but there are 3 straight between the legs failures, and so Marvin Bagley III of the Sacramento Kings ends it with a 360 jam. And it was Team USA leading the entire game ever since the start, as they win over Team World 161-141. And Kyle Kuzma is the Rising Stars MVP with 35 points and 6 rebounds. On to All-Star Saturday night. First off, the Skills Challenge. We had an epic final round between Trae Young of the Atlanta Hawks and Jason Tatum of the Boston Celtics. Both of them were having perfect runs, but Young was a few steps ahead of Tatum heading into the final shot, so Tatum had to shoot a half-court prayer before Young could line up at the arc, and Jason Tatum actually banked it in to take home the Skills Challenge. And for the 3-point contest, there's some fierce competition with 5 guys with 23 points or more in the first round. Devin Booker of the Phoenix Suns was the defending champ, but couldn't make it past the first round, even after scoring 23 points, because he had a slow start and only turned it up late. Danny Green of my Toronto Raptors did well with 23 points as well, but wasn't enough. And Steph Curry of the Golden State Warriors, of course, killing it as always with 27 points, draining every ball in the last 2 racks. But it was Joe Harris of the Brooklyn Nets, one-upping his first round with a score of 26. So Steph had to make all his money balls to tie but just fell 1 short, as Joe Harris is the winner of the 3-point contest. And for the Slam Dunk Contest, there are some pretty nice, pretty creative dunks at this year's dunk contest. Miles Bridges of the hometown Charlotte Hornets bringing out the vintage Larry Johnson jersey for his dunk. John Collins of the Atlanta Hawks flying over a model airplane. Dennis Smith Jr. of the New York Knicks over J. Cole. And J. Cole showing some hops and almost dunked one himself. I think if he made that one, he would have been crowned the dunk champ immediately. But we even saw the vintage Vince Carter elbow rim hanger. And over Shaq 2 by Hamidou Diallo of the OKC Thunder. And it was Diallo with a near-perfect score in the first round. Then edges Al Smith Jr. by 3 points in the championship round, as it was Hamidou Diallo crowned this year's Slam Dunk champion. Right out of the gates, it was all Giannis. He was all over the floor and everyone was finding him for dunk after dunk, but it was actually all Bucks early, because his teammate Chris Middleton stepped out on the floor, and he was nailing 3 after 3. And how about the legend Dirk Nowitzki? Enters into the game and drains 3 straight threes himself with swishes, and Dwayne Wade with a splash from 3 as well. And then the dunk show, starting with Karl Anthony Towns with a monstrous throwdown, then Paul George with a one-handed 360 jam, and Steph Curry bounces one off the ground, high for the Greek Freak to reach and slam it home. So Team Giannis with all those threes led by 13 at the half. And right out of the half we saw the old LeBron-Wade connection, first Wade lobbing to LeBron, then Wade off the glass for LeBron, and then Team LeBron would go on a little run, and then Damian Lillard with back-to-back deep threes from the NBA logo to tie the game up, and they would actually have a 1-point lead after 3 quarters. Then we saw a 4-point play by Steph Curry, and guess who the foul was on? Yes sir, his splash brother Klay Thompson. And what a competitive second half with so many lead changes. But Kevin Durant started to get hot and sinked a few 3-pointers, and also LeBron would connect with another former teammate Kyrie Irving on an alley-oop too, as LeBron James and his team come back to win again in the All-Star game, 178-164 over Team Giannis, who looked like they could have had this one. But at least we got to see Russell Westbrook and Joel Embiid play on the floor together at the end there, and the MVP goes to Kevin Durant, helping his team solidify the victory, scoring 31 points and 6 rebounds. And that wraps up another fun All-Star weekend, as LeBron's powerhouse team lives up to their hype, and LeBron putting together another winning team at the All-Star game. Not bad of a GM, I would say. But anyway, this last stretch of the season is going to be a great ride, and I'll see you guys next for the playoffs. Thanks so much for watching, please like and subscribe, and I hope you'll tune in to the next episode.